Dear you 39327, my mama wanted to know if I ever wrote you, but honestly it feels like I don't know you. I mean, this ain't back in the days when we slid to the public library to print free pictures of Goku. This is not 5 years later when you waited for me on the back porch to get out of practice because you ain't play sports. Nah, this after the newspaper articles, after being sentenced in court. Not a gangster at all, none of the sort. I rock the image, you blended. Everybody looked at me as the leader, and it took a minute for me to reconcile with the fact that it was my idea, but you went and did it. I concocted the plot, pushing carts through the lot on my first job, anxious to ball, but wasn't making a lot. I was just chasing a knot, and you had begun trying to dodge your baby mama voice that daily was trying to convince you that you was everything that you told yourself you were not. Last time I seen you, you had an afro. Flash forward to 2024, and the stress in prison water has your hair thinning. Everything beyond the walls is different, and I know much inside of you has changed. They talk about 12 years a slave, but I see the rage that develops inside of you when you spend 14 years in a cage. I want to address you as my brother, but with all the time apart, I can't help but feel estranged. I wonder if you've embraced the identity that they've given you as inmate. Do your palms still sweat during intake? Do you silently spread them and cough, or are you still pissed at being treated subhuman? Did you read when you was boxed in with the intention of getting out and applying it to suit you? Did you join a gang for protection? Or did you build blueprints for music? I'm looking at your updated mugshot, and I hope what I see is just an act. I'm hoping that your soul is still intact, cause I look for the light that burned inside of you, and I can't sense the flame. But how inconsiderate would it be of me to expect after all that you've gone through, any part of you would be the same? When you went in, I was touring the Chitlin circuit. I was out building a name. In my mind, I'd be a millionaire by September. But I had my first daughter in October. Got introduced to the wrath of an emotional charged woman's scorn, and that's damn near all I remember. The agenda to hinder my forward progress strained systems till the only support I knew was the Department of Revenues. All my life I invested time into people. I put heart on pedestals, and what thanks did I get besides them wanting to possess me without completing the crucial shift from the 9/10 to the one universal law? But I remember your story too. I still can hear everything you told me about the day that your daddy slid, and how later that night he crept through the window while you and your sister laid beside her and put a bullet in your mama's head. That alone to drive a sane man mad. You set that same man in a box for 14 years. You put him back in a society of robots. You'll never get that same man back. On top of all that, that same man flat. Can't get no job. He robbed his last employer. Plus that same man black. 14 years. I want to ask you what you did with your time. 16 years of a 20-year sentence. That's how long we wait to drive a car legally. You waited in line. You waited in line to eat. You waited in line to go outside. You stood and waited for head count. The most degrading thing, to be standing up to be counted while up the road laying down. Master control has been your God for the last 5,113 days. But that'll help you adjust once you're outside, cause there's cameras everywhere now. Your release date is July 30th, 2026. We haven't spoken since 2010, cause even though my body remained free, I locked myself inside a mental abyss. My prison didn't have walls, it wasn't tangible, it was a prison within. I had to escape it. I jumped out and got snatched by the Matrix. I told my kids with honesty and slight sadness how it could have easily been me. We was just desperate to feast, and besides my mama's generosity, we barely could eat. Survivor's remorse, but I don't even play ball no more. I can't tell you about the others we hung with, cause most of them gone. You was locked up right up the road, and I ain't even attempt to schedule a visit. But it wasn't because I ain't want to come see you. I was wrestling with my own self-image, knowing if I had the money I was made for, you would've never went in. Talk about a call on your life. I helped load Lazy in the hole next time my inconsistency surfaced again. Hope all's well, bro.